Greetings, Legionists, Loyalists, Traitors, Xenos, and other sword entities of Warhammer 40K. This is Arndelft. So, this is just a quick model showcase. I have been modifying my Rhino, and here are a couple of fittings for him. But, well, as you can see on the top area, I created a fitting here in the back to be able to either run it as a Razorback or as the Deimos Damocles Command Rhino, which is actually an overpowered little vehicle. I'm having some trouble locating proper stats for it, and I'm hesitant to go buy the codex, considering that everything's about to change in 8th, not to mention a new codex for it will likely be released. So I'm kind of waiting around for that, but Battle Scribe has stats for it, but it's missing some of them, so etc. I also used some green stuff to patch some holes that were in it, that you can see right here, and there are some more significant ones on its other side and front, but that's the first patch job. The second patch job will fill in the little hole that you see there, plus this tank desperately needs to be stripped. I did not know how to thin my paints back then, and I was painting over an even worse paint job, if you can believe it. Yeah. Alright. Anyways, I'm going to be putting this fitting onto it a little more snugly down into there for when I actually field it, because the game that I've currently coming up really quick, I'm going to be having the Deimos out there. Okay, so my second model that I'm going to be showcasing is one that I know I've showcased before. It is one of my company veterans with a storm shield, plasma gun, and power sword. And the storm shield before was different. It was actually a tank hatch, and actually the tank hatch that is on my Rhino right now, the left one. And I took it off and put that Knight's faceplate on, since I had plenty of spare Knight's faceplates, and I've honestly got quite a few more to spare, so I've got more storm shields in the works. And in the end, I'm going to be creating more company veterans with possibly plasma guns or other possibilities, and I'm going to be either magnetizing them or, in this guy's case, gluing them to him. The only reason why I haven't spray painted this guy already is because I don't have a handle on his plasma gun yet, because it had an actual hand on the last handle. So now I'm looking to put a handle on that doesn't have a hand on it. You know, people tell me to keep getting a handle on things, and what can I say? You know, I'm looking for the right one. Alright, this second guy I have also, I believe, showcased before. I may not have, I don't remember. But he was a regular tactical marine before I turned him into this. He is an honor guard now. Let's see if I can get the camera to focus on him just a little bit better. Yeah, that's a tad better. Now, one of the first things you might notice is about his base. He had a, I believe, a 25mm base, and I upgraded it to a 32. And to help blend it in a little bit, I put some green stuff in, I molded it a little bit, and when it's painted, you'll be able to see it. It's supposed to look like some flame effects coming up around him, sort of like he's standing on a pedestal. But yeah, in any case, he's got the pauldron here, which normally is for Death Watch, but in this instance stands for Legunus. And his bolter has one of the wings that came in the Blood Angels pack, and a Purity Seal hanging down from it. The reason why that Purity Seal is so big and long is because it came from the, oh, what do they call that pack? The Attack Bikes pack. It's supposed to be a Purity Seal. It's technically like hanging out from behind someone being blown in the wind. And you know, it looked particularly good here. The bolter needed some more decoration, so it fit, and I stuck it on. And I honestly think it looks really good. And the helmet, of course, also came from that Death Watch pack. Okay, and then, of course, we've got a Blood Angels pauldron here. And then on his back, oh, well, there's his bolt pistol, because all Honor Guard come with bolt pistols. And then you can see this power sword with an extended handle on it. And I plan on, when I get him painted, to put some runes along that power sword and turn it into a rune sword with an extended handle. I figured that would be an interesting twist on things. But honestly, I really like the way this guy is turning out. I myself really suck at painting. Hope to get a friend of mine to paint him for me. However, I am going to be buying some paints of my own, and I'm going to begin practicing on some of my other models, which I probably will strip down multiple times, again and again, until I finally start getting good at it, if I ever get good at it. I know I've talked to a lot of people who have said that they were horrible painters to begin with, and they've shown me some of their awesome-looking models. So, if they really were terrible to begin with, I suppose there is some hope for me. But, yeah. Okay. So, next model up is a Terminator who, as you can see, I'm still in the middle of stripping him. However, I think I've stripped enough of the gunked on paint that I might be able to prime him. But, I put a Deathwatch pauldron onto him to signify his Legunus loyalties. He has a heavy flamer here that was gifted to him by a member of the Chaotic, a sect of Legunus that is under Samus, who is in charge of the Chaotic, because he's the only one who actually knows how to actually interpret chaos without being consumed by it, considering he's an alpha level intelligence. And he had this gifted to him, and that's why it's got the skull on top of it, aka I got it from XL Pudding, and decided not to strip the chaos bits off of it because it signifies Legunus. He did have an iron halo above that skull before. It broke off, and I never got around to putting it back on, but now he's not a Terminator captain anymore since I took 3 members of his squad and made them obliterators. Yes, those obliterators. And, yeah. Now he serves as a Terminator heavy weapon, aka Flamer Dude. Because, you know, heretics die, apparently, as the phrase goes. Okay. Stick him back there. Alright, next 2 guys up that I have were also 2 regulation tactical marines before, just like this guy was. And they were actually technically in his same squad because they had the same really bad paint jobs, and they weren't even holding their bolters correctly. And I ended up stripping them down, taking them apart, and then I got the idea into my head to modify them. Oh, wait. No, only one of these guys is. The other guy was a former Dark Angel. But I had extra bits lying around, and I was just doodling, and these guys came out of the bunch, and I really like the way that they turned out. I've currently got a chainsword Falcon on this guy, because these are Grey Knight dual Falcon guys with their storm bolters on their left hands, and I actually really like the way the chainsword Falcon turned out. You know, with a power sword coursing along it, it's a regulation chainsword with a power field, giving it that, you know, power sword ability. In the future, I may end up just replacing it with an actual Falcon, because I put the chainsword on there for a temporary thing, but honestly, it got a lot of good feedback, and I honestly love the way that it looks. So I'm enthusiastic about keeping it that way. But, you know, we'll see if that changes in the future. But I love the way that these 2 turned out. It wasn't actually meant to be that way. It just kind of turned out that way. And I'm hoping for more in the future. And the helmets came from that Deathwatch pack as well. Got a lot out of that pack, I know. Now, this is one I've also been showcased. I've also showcased before, and I just messed up the backpack a little bit. Let's fix that. There we go. But you may recognize this from the Dark Vengeance set as being also a former Dark Angel. One of the sergeants that came in the pack. And naturally, you're probably thinking, wait, a Space Marine Sergeant can't take an Inferno pistol. That's true. I've modified these guys because they're not actually going to be Space Marines. They're going to be, hold your breath, Sisters of Battle. That's right. I am sticking Sisters of Battle in actual power armor, and that's how I'm going to be running them. The 2 figures that you see, my former, currently headless Dark Angel Sergeants, now turned Canonesses. One with a plasma pistol and maul, and yeah, I'm running this rather small Thunderhammer, which is actually from Age of Sigmar, as a maul. You know, because it is far more akin, in my opinion, to a maul than it is an actual Thunderhammer. It's just too small to be a Thunderhammer. But there are a lot of mauls, and if you think about it, a maul is actually a mace. There are a lot of mauls that would be that size, aka maces. So, in my opinion, that really does work. This Eviscerator here, as you can see in the Canoness on the left's right hand, is a Legunus Eviscerator of my own design. And well, the problem is the Eviscerator is a two-handed weapon. And she's supposed to be able to get her fingers in between the blade, the back of the chain blade there, and the handle, so that she can actually wield that two-handed. Only problem is they end up being a bit more snug than I anticipated, so I'm thinking about extending the handle down beneath, so that she can hold it down there, so it more properly is that whole two-handed weapon. That's what an Eviscerator is supposed to be. And combined with her Inferno pistol, she is a tank's worst nightmare. Okay, so currently that is pretty much sums up my model showcase as of right now. And I've been thinking about things, and I've been wondering, maybe there's some way I can equip this beast onto somebody. You know, nice little infantry model with a destroyer class Reaper chainsword. You know, that could be fun. You know, who knows? Maybe in 8th edition it'll be possible. It would be so much fun. I still need to finish getting that weapon built and primed and whatnot. The Knight itself, I actually have gotten primed and magnetized. All of its weapons that are currently on it are magnetized. I have to finish constructing the battle cannon. It's a giant freaking battle cannon. And then magnetize it, and do the same with this Reaper chainsword. And then as well with the with this weapon, which I forget what is offhand. But man, I just want to stick it up here and make it like a freaking awesome Razorback. I want to do that so bad. Oh, every time I look at it, I think, stick it on a Razorback, stick it on a Razorback. Oh, that would be so awesome. Pity. Oh well. Well, besides that, more rumors are pumping out of the 8th edition rumor mill, except now they're not really rumors anymore. Now they're actually concrete. And also that was previously a rumor about turning the Age of Sigmar assault phase and giving it to 8th edition and whatnot. That is now concrete, which makes me sad in all kinds of ways. Oh, reason being, because in my opinion the initiative system is superior. They are going from a superior system that merely needed some tweaking to a distinctly lesser system that's all about taking turns in the assault phase. So I'm not enthusiastic about that whatsoever. And I could go into depth on that, but we'll just leave that for another time. But in any case, if anybody has any feedback on any of my miniatures, I would love to hear from you on that. I really would. Mostly right now, I'm looking for what do you think I could be doing better, different add-ons you think I could do. Something I'm especially looking for right now is where can I get Sister of Battle bits for my Canonesses, not to mention all the sisters that I'm going to be making in the future. Where can I get some bits for them? Where can I get some heads for them? Because they're not in plastic. Still, though I have heard a rumor that the starter pack for 8th edition will have the Sisters of Battle in it. With, hold your breath, squats. Okay, I made that last one up. But I have heard that there will be Sisters of Battle in the new starter pack, which would be completely awesome if that's what they do, because starter packs are almost always really good deals. I haven't heard of one that wasn't. So it'd be a great way to finally get into Sisters of Battle, not to mention they should be getting their own codex, Sisters of Silence, also as well as Custodes. So a lot of good things might be in the works. Oh, and for those of you wondering what a player like me is going to be doing considering the Age of Sigmar rule being put into place. I will have a friend that I will be doing a trial with on that. I will be playing 8th edition with all of its legal rules and doing a full-blown game with it to see it for myself. Because while I have played I've played Fantasy before, but no, it was Age of Sigmar. I remember those big, giant, freaking warriors who looked like Space Marines. Yeah, it was Age of Sigmar. We never quite got into the assault phase. At least I didn't. I was playing dwarves. Yeah, they're awesome. But it wasn't any of the new models, which are really freaking awesome. But I will be trialing that out with XL Pudding. We're going to go ahead and see how that goes. I don't anticipate a remotely good reaction from the assault phase. However, them finally buffing vehicles and making it, hopefully, so they can't just be insta-gipped so pathetically easily, and giving them like multiple wounds and whatnot, that idea I'm actually extremely into, and I cannot wait for that aspect of it to come out, and etc. But in any case, once again, any feedback, I'd appreciate it. Comment section below. If you like this video, go ahead and give it a thumbs up. If you dislike this video, please tell me why. And if you're new to this channel and genuinely enjoy this content, please consider subscribing. In any case, don't y'all get into too much trouble, or do. It's always up to you. Toodles!